know I love skirt steak. I'm trying to get you to love skirt steak more, and here's another recipe just to bring you a little bit farther along the path. Today, our skirt steak will be served with beets and greens. What do you think about that? That's what I'm talking about. The first thing that I want to do is peel 3 beets. These are golden beets, which are very beautiful, but if you can't find golden beets, or I don't know, you like red beets better, use red beets. Benefit to golden beets is that when you're peeling them and dealing with them, your hands don't get completely stained red like they do with regular beets. Benefit number 2, they're absolutely beautiful. They're like jewels to me. I think they're so gorgeous. And beets are so delicious. Once they're peeled, cut them into wedges. Trim them first. Don't let them roll away. Stay here, little beet. So you could just take whole beets, put them on foil, wrap them up, and bake them that way. But cutting them ahead of time cuts the cooking time in half. I'm trying to save time for you. Transfer them to a baking sheet lined with foil. Drizzle with oil, olive, season S&P, and then wrap them up nice and tight, and then put them in a 400-degree oven until they're tender. It should take about 25 to 30 minutes. Now we can start cooking our steak. Heat your pan to medium-high, and over here I have some steak already cut up. Oh my God, Sarah, you did that without us? I did. It's not that interesting. Seasoning with salt is interesting though. You've seen it all before. Now you know how to do it, right? A little bit of oil in the pan. I like to heat my pan before I add the oil because that way a small amount of oil goes a long way and it'll swirl around a lot more easily. It's doing it as we speak. Now you can turn it up. I want my heat on about a medium-high. See how oil is sort of separating and pooling in weird ways? That's another way to tell your pan is hot. And then I like to test to make sure that it's hot enough by just dipping a tiny corner of my steak in and seeing if it sizzles. That was a mild sizzle. I feel like it could go like 13 more seconds before I add my steak. 1, 2, 3, 13 seconds. All right, now we can do it. These babies will take 3 to 6 minutes per side. I would say 3 minutes for this one, 4 to 5 minutes for this one. Meanwhile, you can get your greens ready. If your beets had really nice greens, you could use your beet greens here, but I'm using Swiss chard because my beets didn't have nice greens. We don't use Swiss chard that much. It's so nice though and beautiful. The other great thing about it is that you can eat the stems and you can eat the leaves. This is a mixture of ruby chard and white chard. Just remove the stems. You can eat those too, but you want to cook them just a little bit before I cook the leaves for even cooking. And then chop your chard across into like 2-inch pieces. Other thing about Swiss chard, it's kind of a salty green. Be careful with how much you season this. All right, I really need to wash these because these came from the farmer's market and they're gonna be dirty. I like to wash them right in my salad spinner so that I can get them all nice and clean, and then you just lift the salad spinner basket out and all the dirt stays in the bottom. Just make sure that you don't overcrowd your spinner, otherwise it won't get really clean. And then you dump out the water and you can spin it dry right in there. It doesn't have to be too dry for this because some of the moisture will help the Swiss chard to cook. Turn over your steak. This guy's gonna be done very soon. These guys will take a few more minutes. Alrighty, the last thing I need to do really is cut up these stems. If you don't like the delicious crunchiness of the stem, you don't have to use it, but I really like it. These are ready to take out, and I'm gonna cook my greens right here in this pan. It's not gonna take very long, so you probably don't even need to tent it with foil. Wipe out your pan carefully, and then add a little bit of oil, about a tablespoon more. Chard stems go first, just for a few seconds, stir them around, and then you can add your actual chard. Oh, so pretty, right? Look at that. These are gonna wilt down really quickly, so I'm gonna get my beets out of the oven because they're gonna go in there too. Be careful, because this is hot, so when you open it, there might be some steam coming out. There might not. And then these beets go directly into that pan with those greens. And you finish cooking them together. This isn't hot. Aluminum foil doesn't get hot in the oven. A little bit of vinegar, about 2 teaspoons. This is a high percentage of vegetable meal. And it's so beautiful and bountiful. So summery. Season it with a little bit of salt. I have to say, I do like the idea of using the beet greens here because I love the concept of like using the whole plant. So if you can get beets with greens, I highly recommend trying it. Dinner is done. What do you think about that? 30 minutes, right? Gotta love a 30-minute dinner. Over here, my steak has rested. This thinner piece is very firm, so that's probably gonna be medium well. And this is quite squishy. Also, you can see reddish pulling on the top, so it's probably gonna be medium rare. Slice it against the grain for more tenderness. I can see that it is nice and beautiful medium rare. So delicious. And the great thing is I properly rested it, which means that the juices have all redistributed, so you get a nice even coloring throughout. All that's left to do is eat it. The moment we've all been waiting for. It's gorgeous. How about some of those beets and greens? You do want your food to look delicious and be super appealing. That way more people will want to eat it. And I don't think many people would say no to a delicious dinner like this. Do you say yes? It's so bountiful and fresh. I can barely resist starting to eat it right now. Give it a try and let me know what you think.